Did Kim reset his time? Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And we are off. With Raiden a slight head start here. That's a problem when there are some technical issues, but it doesn't really matter. We're on our way.
Yes. So both players are starting with the Thief class, which means they get the Master Key, which they'll use for some shortcuts, and that means they get to pick some black fire bombs to throw at whatever they feel like.
Yes, and for now that is actually gonna be Silent Demon. Normally it's pretty slow. You have to walk all the way around and then do a plunging attack. With fire bombs, it's way faster. So both of these runners will actually gonna use the black fire bombs to go and kill the Silent Demon. It's 5 fire bombs compared to like 6, 7, 8 attacks. I'm not sure. Oh, especially with the bandit's knife, it's taking.
Yeah, with the bandit's knife, you basically can't. If you wanted to do melee, you'd probably want to do another starting class.
Yeah, the bandit's knife is not the best weapon in this game.
But both players are going to pick it up anyways, just for some. Well, I'm not actually entirely sure what they use it for in this route. Probably just smacking a couple guys out of the way.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I guess Taurus and. I'm not entirely. We'll see.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Taurus. I guess you have to. You can also use the rapier, I guess, for Taurus, but I think the attacking speed of bandit's knife is just way faster.
So Kimp is just slightly ahead. Anything could happen.
Yeah, in a race like this, anything can still happen.
So I guess if MrRaiden is doing GLS, we'll see him go off in a completely different direction right now.
Yes, which he doesn't do, so he lied.
Ah, I'm so disappointed.
These people, man. So yeah, I guess Raiden is also doing Dragon Tooth +5 in that case, which is without doubt the most comfy route so far. And it's gonna make... Oh.
Raiden having some trouble with the hollows. They do that every once in a while.
Actually gonna make commentary easy for once, since they're both doing the same route.
Yes, should be a lot easier to keep track of who's ahead, who's behind.
Which is kind of uncommon in this game, where a lot of people run a lot of different routes, especially in early rounds, since nobody really is required to run the fastest.
But that is one of the things I like about this game the most, is that there's so many different viable routes. Some of them are less viable, but there's a lot of different things you can do.
Yeah, and like a lot of small optimizations, like for example, you can run this route that they're both using. You can do it with like new glitches like equip slot manipulation, but you can also do it without, and it will save very little time. So
absolutely. So Raiden and Simp both picked up the rapier and the bottomless box, both for different glitches, which we'll probably explain when it's relevant.
Yeah. Especially the bottomless box glitch is relatively new and
pretty weird.
And really important for this run, actually. So Kimp is coming up to Taurus Demon, and he picked up the Goldpine resin, and he's gonna apply the Goldpine resin to the bandit's knife here.
It's just like a weapon buff, increases your damage.
Yeah, and since the bandit's knife is like a very fast attacking speed, and the Goldpine resin applies a set amount of damage to his weapon, it's really good. And that is Taurus for Kimp. And Raiden is gonna do the same thing here. So far nothing really bad happened to any of these runners, so that's really nice. So on your right side you will see Kimp actually gonna go and cut the tail from the Drake there gonna throw a throwing knife at the Drake, and then he's gonna apply gold pan resin again, and instead he's gonna throw.
Seems you missed. First one. Throw another one. That's why you buy extras. Oh, we got stomped by the Drake.
Oh no, and the Drake.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
That's very unfortunate.
And I said yet, but there was nothing bad happening.
Yes.
He's gonna get instant.
You jinxed it.
Resins. Yeah,
so it is okay. He does have extra throwing knives and an extra gold pine resin. So he's gonna lose a little bit of time, and now both runners are pretty much even.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. The sink, boys.
Okay, so now both runners have the Drake Sword, which they will be using for gargoyles.
Yeah,
or maybe not actually. I thought they were supposed to level up there.
Yeah, you level up. No, not there. You're gonna go and get the unlit parish bonfire actually.
Oh, right. Then you just bone back. That makes sense.
I mean, I guess technically you can also use the bandit's knife for gargoyles. I'm not sure which is like faster. Like bandit's knife gargoyles is also pretty fast, but.
I mean, it can be, but it's also pretty dependent on RNG. And also, Kimp kind of lost his cold pine resin.
Oh, right.
So that would be pretty darn slow.
Yeah, for Kimp it will definitely not be an option anymore.
Ooh. Raiden running into some dancing hollows.
So at this bonfire, you kind of want to level up 11 endurance, 11 strength, so you can have like a little bit more endurance, so you can do more attacks. But Kim goes
Kim
full.
going straight strength.
So Kim's not gonna be able to have 4 hits on the gargoyle, which might run into some trouble. I'm not sure what Raiden leveled. I couldn't catch it.
He did endurance and strength.
Oh, okay.
So he was listening to our advice, whereas Kimp ignored us.
Unbelievable.
But yes, it doesn't really make too much sense to level strength right now because the Drake Sword, well, it is very strong. It doesn't scale at all. So you're not going to see any benefit right now from that extra strength.
No, exactly. I'm really getting the turnaround animation.
Also does not have a shield equipped, so let's see if this hollow is going to not be just stabs him.
Yeah, you buy a shield solely for this purpose. Only for this. Oh, you didn't even buy it. Oh, the madman. Saving that sweet souls. Alright, so normally you would...
Uh-oh, that could be bad. Okay, the hollows weren't too close behind.
That was scary. My name is MrRaiden, and I'm commentating with Mechapoke.
Hello. So now Kimp is starting the Gargoyles fight. He's not move swapping actually. Oh yeah, because he doesn't. Right. Okay, you get the bow afterwards.
So yeah, here he was missing the endurance for the 4th hit, but it doesn't matter since he killed the gargoyle anyway. Both getting really bad openers.
Yeah, the worst possible opening.
Oh, the tail cut, nice. Should be a kill. Nice. And the second gargoyle is pretty straightforward. You basically spam R1. Or
as long as he comes to you after the first gargoyle is dead, he's basically no problem.
If the first gargoyle is kind of a bit like jumpy, and he's already like 50% HP, then the second guy is gonna join and things get really messy.
I know that's already happened in this tournament, and I'm sure it's going to happen again.
Yeah, Gargoyles is like, especially if you don't move swap, Gargoyles is a fight that can like go from, oh, this is going pretty well, to, oh no, like in seconds. So Kimpi is gonna buy the smith box and some arrows.
999, that's important.
Yeah, the amount is important there. It doesn't really matter if it's arrows, yes or no, it's just that arrows are a cheap way to go by.
Yes, and not all items can go to 999. Like, most consumables only go to 99, so arrows makes the most sense.
So both runners are gonna go and pick up probably the most overpowered item in the game. They're gonna pick up the Radiation Ring, and the Radiation Ring will increase, basically double your damage output. Depending on the build, it might be a bit more or a bit less. If your HP is equal or below 20%. So yeah, runners are gonna intentionally take hits or damage in general to be below 20% HP during most of the boss fights, and in that way they will do a lot more damage.
And on the way, both runners are also going to pick up a bow, which they're going to use for the moose swap glitch. Same reason they got the rapier.
So since there's like a lot of downtime, I guess we can explain the moose swap glitch right now.
Yeah, sure.
So
yeah, go ahead.
the moose swap, the moose swap glitch is a glitch which makes you replace the moveset of one weapon and place it.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's really unlucky. That's really unlucky. But yeah, the moveset glitch basically replaces the moveset of one item or from one weapon and puts it on the other. So for example, the rapier has a quick double stab running attack. And if you do a jump or a roll and you two-hand the bow, and during your jump you replace the bow with the weapon, you're going to two-hand your left-handed weapon. And since two-handing your left-handed weapon is normally not possible, the game is going to retrieve information from certain attacks, like the running, jumping, and plunging attack, from your right-handed weapon. And that's gonna
do a lot of damage really quickly.
Yeah.
But it does leave you pretty vulnerable in it. And it does take the stamina values from the proper weapon. So if you're using a strong weapon, you're going to be like pretty much out of stamina.
Yeah, every time. And this run, basically at the start, especially at the start, I mean, is really heavy on stamina consumption and really low on endurance. So especially ONS is going to be kind of a bit spooky. So yeah. Well, no competition. You cannot really say that this early in the run. Like, there is a lot that can go wrong.
So Kimp right now is doing a glitch called Sense Gate Skip. So basically there's, I believe you just got it? Yeah, so basically there's a kill box to the right side of that pathway. So if you riposte a holo in just the right spot, you'll kind of get close enough to the kill box that you activate this death cam, where it's basically just the camera where the game thinks that you're falling into a kill box. And it assumes you're dead, so it just stops loading new assets from other areas. So you're able to run all the way from where you just were onto that pathway to Sen's Gate and just run straight through the gate, quit out, and poof, you're past the gate.
So yeah, there is, since Sen's Gate Skip got found in this game, it also inspired people from other Souls games to look for these kind of glitches, and actually in Dark Souls 3...
yeah, wasn't it found because someone found it in Dark Souls 3, and Capitaine was like, hey, I should try this in Dark Souls 1 again. I thought that's
yeah, that's actually true, yeah, that's the way it went.
Yes, that's one thing about the Dark Souls series, is many of the same glitches work in all of the games. Fall control quitouts, which you should see somewhat in this route, go all the way from Demon Souls to Dark Souls 3. Not Dark Souls 2, but...
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 has like a really weird engine as well, like... You cannot even open the menu while falling, so... That's also one of the reasons why it doesn't work.
Oh. See, what Raiden did just there is he was too close to the kill box, and he basically mispositioned himself, and he went into the kill box, and it killed him.
Yeah, so this will basically mean, since the camera goes top down once you reach death cam, you are supposed to fall to your death. So, right below it is going to be the kill box. So yeah, just being a little bit too low, and you already touch it. which instantly kills you. That's kind of unfortunate for Raiden's side. So Kimp, you saw him do a RTSR setup, which is basically the way of us saying he's going to take intentionally damage so he's below 20% HP, and that activated the rotation ring. And he's going to move swap the Drake swords, so you can go and see him do 2 quick stabs with the Drake swords on Iron Golem in a bit.
And you can tell when RTSR is activated when you see that purple icon under his health bar.
And Raiden also just got Sense Gate skip. Or he's doing it right now, he got the death cam. Oh, the Golo's following him.
One thing to note about, okay, yeah, he got through the archway. Yeah, cool. The controls are really messed up. It's basically like tank controls. It doesn't work like the rest of the game does. So it's easy to get like hung up on a wall and not be able to tell what's going on.
So yeah, Kim just did Iron Golem fight, really properly executed. Iron Golem will stagger if you do 400 damage below the knee. And then he's going to be in this staggered, wobbling state. And if you then deal another 200 damage below the knee, it doesn't matter which one, you will fall. And conveniently, there is like a ledge there, and the boss can actually fall off there and fall into a kill box and dies. It's completely intended. Yeah, that's just a real quick way of getting Iron Golem, basically used in every route in this game.
Much more difficult if you don't have RTSR.
Yeah, because of RTSR, you have so much more control over fights in general.
Kimp is deathless, and Raiden has had 2 deaths, one on the way to RTSR, and then to Sense Gate skip.
Yes. So upcoming are one of the most cheating enemies in this game, probably. The Painting Guardians are kind of weirdly coded. Kim's gonna run over the rafters. If the Painting Guardian follows him or tries to backstab him, he really wants to get the Painting Guardian out of the way. Since the Painting Guardian,
this guy right here is the one that's usually a problem. Oh no, okay, yeah, he played it safe.
Really good.
Understandable.
So the Painting Guardians will, if you are in a full gate, if you try and do anything about it, the Painting Guardian, if he's behind you, he will backstab you. The Painting Guardian can backstab you out of another animation, so the Painting Guardian does a jumping attack, and poof, you get backstabbed. It's just so weirdly coded, but you have to keep it in mind as you're running along.
Has anyone been screwed over by that in the race so far, or the tournament?
I don't think so. No. So that's basically the entire reason why you would want your rapier out there. So you can either attack him with the rapier or you can block him with the shield. So now Raiden is gonna do Iron Golem as well, same strategy. 400 below the knee for the stagger, 200 to make him fall.
Oh, he missed one attack, so that is not enough to stagger him. And now...
this is not gonna work, yeah.
Okay, If you can't get the stagger in those first 2 attacks, it just kind of becomes a bit of a mess.
Yeah, to say the least. So Iron Golem is one of those 100% consistent boss fights. You stack again if he lands both of them.
Again, so this is... okay,
nice.
There he goes.
That's really important that you either put your camera down or...
Oh no! He knocked him down, but he was, I guess, either angled wrong or slightly too far forward, and he just fell on the side.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of bad positioning there.
And
hey, 3rd time's a charm.
Yes. And while we're talking about Iron Golem, Simp is on his way to the Dragon Tooth, which is the weapon he's going to be using for the rest of the game, basically. And there he goes. You got it.
So yeah, the Dragon Tooth is one of those ideal weapons to the Moosewap glitch on, since like a Dragon Tooth normally deals like a lot of damage per hit, but it's really slow. And the Moosewap glitch basically makes the weapons attack like way faster. So you have like a slow weapon with so after the Moosewap you basically have a fast weapon with a lot of damage, which is exactly what we want.
And it's well positioned, so it's right on your way. You don't
Yeah,
have to go out of
there
your
are
way
like
for it.
very few weapons that are this on their way. So ONS coming up. I guess the walking opening, which is one of the worst, but at least no lightning. And Bunny Ornstein.
So we got...
One.
Ooh, okay. He was about to go for an attack there, but then he saw Ornstein jumped back, so he would have probably gotten run over by Smo.
Yeah, there was a real high chance that's gonna happen. That would happen. This is some bad RNG so far.
Yeah. This is one of those times when you just can't get... Okay, there he goes. He finally got Ornstein.
Like the jumping attack from Ornstein, you will always jump back. If he does certain attacks, you back. And like during him jumping, it's like really bad to go for attacks there.
And then once Ornstein is dead, Super Smo is kind of a pushover with Moosewap. Because you can just basically stun lock him.
Which is also the reason, one of the reasons why we kill Ornstein first. Since Super Ornstein actually has infinite poise, so you cannot stagger him. And Super Smo does not have infinite poise for some weird reason. So you can just stagger him over and over. Which is really nice. And Kim getting the Lord Vessel there. So for the new, or quote-unquote new glitch, for the quantity storage glitch that Kim is gonna do soon to upgrade his Dragon Tooth to +5, he needs to ring both Bells of Awakening to Awake Front. How he's gonna do that is he's gonna go down to Quelaag, pick up one of the upgrade materials, and then kill her, and then warp back to Firelink.
Firelink, yep.
So Raiden actually listens to the audio cue from these Bellwing demons, since you can hear it when they do their ranged attack, like that. Alright. So you dodged it very well last time.
He was coming up to one of the scariest parts of her run, which is the Enerlando Archers. Oh! Let's see what... Can still save it.
Alright, there we go.
Okay, he's alright. He's alright.
Yeah. I was about to say you might. I think he would be fine. Yeah.
I think so, but
it would be like 10 HP.
Yeah.
If that.
And Kemp is gonna do the Blighttown drop now, so you just walk off that plank, do a little roll, and then you just ride the water wheel down. Pretty quick way to get down to Blighttown.
Yeah, really cool. And since the back entrance of Blighttown is opened by with the master key, and the master key is actually a starting item, it's like one of the go-to like starting gifts of like a lot of routes. New glitches made it so that you don't really need it anymore. However, for some no-fall control routes like these ones, you really still want it.
So Kimp is now picking up the Dragon Scale that's used to upgrade the Dragon Tooth, and he will be duplicating that after Quelag.
Quillag is like a bit of a pushover with the Dragon Tooth and move swap, since like Quillag is a really early game boss, and Quillag is probably one of those really hard fights, since most of the time you haven't really figured out this game by that point. So you either don't have like a fully upgraded weapon, like a +10 weapon or something. So a lot of people just go and fight Quillag with like a Drake sword or something, and it's like it's definitely one of those fights that are really tricky.
I mean, if you have move swap and RTSR, Drake sword can work, but otherwise it's pretty rough.
Yeah, he's like a ton of HP.
And Raiden just got the good okay, it was the good opening, but then Ornstein decided to jump before he could attack. Oh, the splash from the hammer. The shockwaves. Yeah.
So it's pretty important for Ornstein and Smo to like do some manage Smo basically. You want Smo to always know where Smo is, like at any given point. So you know when to attack. And I think Raiden thought Smo was stuck behind the pillar there. However, he wasn't, sadly.
Oh no. He tried to jump over the railing to the stairs, and then he just fell right back down.
So yeah, pretty straightforward fight for Kimp there. And he's now gonna go and grab the bonfire below, ring the bell first, grab the bonfire, and after that he will go and do the quantity storage glitch to duplicate items. So to like kind of start explaining in time, quantity storage is the entire reason why he bought 999 arrows right at the beginning. You basically get a prompt.
Oops.
Oops, indeed. So you get a prompt which has a quantity in it, and for some reason the game remembers that prompt. So in a bit, Kim will actually try and drop 999 arrows, but he won't. And the game will remember 999. After that, he's gonna go and do some raid menuing. That is really not really... It's kind of hard to explain why it works. I don't even think people really know why it works. But you basically will sell 999 of a specific item to Front here. And since that item is in a bottomless box, and you only have one, the game is gonna underflow here, and you get 99 instead.
I believe it has something to do with the fact that the first menu that you store doesn't like activate until you stop moving for some reason. It's very strange.
It might have something to do with it. So yeah, he sold 99 of the firebomb, 99 dragon skills. He's gonna do that right now.
And he also sold 999 Quelag souls for 10,000 each, so he has basically 10 million souls right now.
So that's one of those things that makes this route really comfortable, since like you can go as like safe as you want. Like you can get 99 or whatever of vitality here. So, or you can just go. I think Kim goes with 24 for more rotation ring setups. And yeah, wait, that's 23.
Huh. 23. Interesting. So he's getting a lot of endurance, so he has a nice big stamina bar. 54 strength, so it's like for a specific fight, he can do like one less hit.
Yeah, at this point, you have so many souls that you can just spend it on whatever. He's still like, what, 6 million left?
Yeah, he didn't even use like half of them.
So yeah, like normally in older routes, like that don't use this glitch, you can also get multiple souls. Like getting souls is not really the issue. Just the time frame of getting them is most of the time what's difficult. Like if you want to do it by the old standards, you have to you can use boss souls over and over, and like the biggest boss souls, like what, 2k, 20k? I mean, Gwyn soul.
I believe that's 20k. Stiff's is 16k, which is probably the first one you could get in a run. Because obviously you're kind of done the game once you have Gwyn soul.
Yeah. So yeah, I would love to duplicate 16k, which all takes like what, 5, 6, 7 seconds, over and over and over until you have enough souls, which is really slow. And this is like a really fast way of getting a lot of souls real fast.
And Kimp is taking out Ceaseless Discharge, one of the most annoying bosses in the game.
Yeah, this guy's hitboxes and yeah, it's just not the best. But you got it.
Hitboxes and timing, it's all over the place. But Kimp clearly better than me, having no issues.
So here Kim's gonna do the fire stage elevator. The first thing to know is that the elevator is part of a different map. So he's standing right now in Quelaag's domain, but as you see, the elevator loads later, because the elevator is actually part of the demon ruins. So the elevator is actually lower in like the priority of loading things. So the whole world is going to be loaded, and after that, the elevator is going to be loaded. Second of all, each quit-out lets you move backwards a bit. So what he's doing right now is he's quitting out over and over to move backwards, and every time the elevator is going to be spawned in later, so his position keeps getting saved, and at the end he's just going to slide through here.
Oh no.
That's
I guess I'm not sure what was wrong with the setup, because he quit out twice.
I think his initial angle, maybe.
Well, fun fact about Fire Stage Elevator Clip is it doesn't work on consoles, just because of the change in loading time.
Yeah, it just takes too long for the console to catch up to. I only tested it myself for PlayStation 3, but yeah, the Demon Ruins is loaded so late, but like the loading time is so long that the Demon Ruins elevator basically will be loaded at the same time as the map, because it's so the consoles are so slow. So you just get pushed out of it.
Yeah, Kim's death there didn't cost too much in-game time, because he was so close to the bonfire, but he's going to have to quit out a bunch of times again, so it's quite a bit of RTA time loss.
Yeah.
Let's see if this one works.
I think... Yeah,
yes.
Nice. Alright, so the Fire Stage Demon is actually and not a reskin of Stray Demon. And that's important because you cannot plunge Stray Demon. And we plunge to basically neglect the fall damage. Like, there's no way to cast fall control or do any kind of glitch to survive it. But luckily, Fire Sage is plungeable and like right below the hole there. So you can just do a plunging attack and you will not take any fall damage. No.
And because you don't enter the fight through the fog gate, it doesn't actually start his AI, so you can just head on him freely.
Which is also really nice, since Fire Sage is one of those fights that the boss room is basically the boss fight with the branches and stuff.
Oh.
How?
Raiden very narrowly avoiding death there. I'm pretty sure it was only because of the animation of the dragon tooth spinning that he survived.
Actually work.
So Kimp is fighting the camera boss, Centipede Demon. Actually, doing ooh, okay, went into the lava a little bit there, but he's fine. Sometimes the boss will kind of end up in a weird spot, and your camera just gets like stuck in him, and you can't see anything, and then he like hits you, and it can go south real fast.
Yeah, having proper vision is important, and you will really notice that with this boss. So yeah, you saw Kim taking a lot of damage when he was attacking fires just briefly in the lava, but luckily Centipede actually drops a ring, which he equipped right after he defeated him, and it reduced the lava damage very, very much. So now you can just run through it.
And you basically just run past all these dragon butts, and as long as you go to the right path, they can't really do too much. If you stray just a little bit off, then sometimes they'll stomp on you, kill you, jump on you, all of the above. And Raiden is now doing the quantity storage glitch.
Both runners are using Guaranteed +5.
I guess one thing you can pay attention is how Raiden keeps spinning while he's talking, just because again the menu doesn't it doesn't appear until you stop moving, so you keep moving and then open the menu you want, and then yeah, then you can do the dupe. It's all very strange.
Yeah, menus in this game are beyond broken. Like just like item queuing is broken and menuing in general is broken. And we just right now, like after all these years, we start to really find out how to really abuse that. So on Kim's side, you're gonna see Toki bombs. Toki bombs are two strategically thrown bombs to destroy the orbs. That
yeah, so this boss doesn't have like a health bar like a traditional boss. You have to hit 2 points on the left and the right side, and then you have to hit the thing in the center. And so basically, yeah, exactly. So this just skips like running around to the one bomb or the one orb, hitting it, having to run all the way to the other side, deal with all the falling floors and attacks and whatever. It makes a really annoying boss a lot easier.
A lot easier. And it saves like a lot of time as well. So yeah, they're doing the same route, so Raiden is still doing the Isolate segment, which he does because he basically won't get any more damage than he already has. So bonfire-wise, it's just way better to do it right now.
Yes, because you have to kill Quellag. Oh, example of the great hitboxes of Ceaseless Discharge. You have to get the... Oh, he's not going to get the 2-cycle, unfortunate. So you kill Quellag, and then like you're down there... Oh no!
Oh no.
You're down there anyways, so it just makes the most sense. Like, you can't warp back to the bonfire, like the Ceaseless bonfire, so it's like you're there, you have all your damage. It just makes the most sense.
Exactly. Especially RTA-wise, in terms of like warping, it's really nice to just do it straight away. The Toki bombs, how we call it, is not really that difficult. You have a lot of time to set it up. Since Bed of Chaos won't do any attacks as long as you're there. I think you can take as long as you want with the first bomb.
The first bomb. For the second bomb, you have like maybe 5 seconds to line it up. Then you'll probably get hit by some fire.
Yeah. So Kimp is gonna go and set up RTSR here. That was intended, I guess. And he's gonna go and kill Hydra. And even though Hydra is not really a boss, you needed to enter the DLC.
Intentional RTSR setup by Raiden.
I'm not scared at all. Can he 1 cycle?
Like I said, intentional.
Nice. small little tech there with using the homeward bone as the boss dies. The victory chief message popping up is basically the visual cue of you really knowing that the boss is dead, alongside with getting the souls as you spawn in. So you can use the homeward bone during the boss's death animation if you do it on time, which saves a couple of seconds each time you kill a boss.
On the other hand, it's very risky, because if you're slightly too early, you'll quit out before the boss is technically considered dead, and you'll have to fight it again.
Yeah.
And Kimp showing us how powerful the combination of a strong weapon and RTSR is against Hydra.
So Kimp is gonna go and kill the Golden Golem here, while Raiden is gonna fight Fire Sage. The Golden Golem contains an NPC called Dusk, and saying yes and exhausting all her dialogue is required to enter the DLC. The DLC is like not that hard to get to in this game, but you need to do things in a proper order.
Not straightforward.
Yeah. So saying yes to this NPC gives a drop to a certain enemy in the Duke's archives, and killing that certain enemy that looks kind of completely isolated and nothing to do with everything actually is really important, because it gives you the broken pendant, and the broken pendant is your key to the DLC.
And Kimp once again using the Knight to set up RTSR. Probably a little bit lower HP than he wants, but it's fine with how fast the next boss is gonna die. In older routes, when you killed the boss a lot slower, the boss likes to jump around a lot, and each time it jumps on your head, it deals like a little bit of damage.
Raiden dying there to Centipede. He was in the right position to just not do anything, but for some reason, like, he backed up, and backing up there actually, you walk right into his attack. But yeah, Raiden was using the RTSR there where Kim didn't, which is kind of required since Raiden knows he is kind of far behind, so he has to do risky strats in order to catch up. And just hope Kim to make mistakes.
So still going for RTSR even after dying. It's bold.
That's a really...
yeah. That's an attack with a really bad hitbox.
Stay close to him? Yes. Alright, that's it.
That rolling attack was actually pretty good. I probably would have panicked and just like kept rolling like right into his attack or something.
So yeah, Kimp getting Sif here. Two running attacks if he would have gotten that one off, but sadly he couldn't. And now for Kimp is time for basically the worst boss in any melee route. Since we don't really have any powerful ranged attacks, like no magic or something, Kim's gonna use black fire bombs to, excuse me, deal damage to the butterfly. And yeah, black fire bombs are not the most powerful item in this game. So
yeah, this boss is the reason why he duped the black fire bombs earlier. Because you should only need, you would be fine with the ones after Asylum Demon otherwise, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
But this boss, it's a little bit faster to throw fire bombs than to just wait for it to land.
And butterfly just stays stationary. It's so much easier, and it looks like she's gonna do it. That's a really good butterfly.
Yeah.
If you're unlucky, the butterfly's gonna like go over the bridge like 4 times, or just move in general, which is gonna make the firebombs like a lot harder to actually hit.
Or if you're really, really unlucky, it'll just fly away.
yeah. Quality from soft coding. So Kimp is gonna go to Seath now, and like we said before, there's gonna be a specific enemy he's gonna kill here that's kind of out of the way. Not really, but it's kind of out of the way, and that enemy will drop the broken pennant, which he needs for the DLC. And Raiden on the left side will do Toki bombs again.
In terms of why it's done in this order, so you need to do Hydra, and then after that, like only after you've killed Hydra, can you go to the Duke's Archives in order to kill this enemy that drops the key to the DLC. And then you want to stay rested at that bonfire, because that's the closest bonfire to the DLC.
Yeah, especially like you saw Kim do all the forest bosses, I guess, like Sif, Butterfly, killing Hydra, all in one go, since you don't lose that bonfire. Late in the run, he would do the same with Firelink. You do all the bosses around the Firelink bonfire. It's all to save warps, and yeah, having to warp extra warps obviously loses time.
So Raiden's now finished the Isolus section, so he'll be heading to the forest now.
And Kim will here do juke skip. So juke skip is basically gonna pull out the lever, run off, and run back onto the railing of the elevator like that. And if he times his roll correctly, he's gonna roll here, and this little trick skips the entire prison area. Like, he doesn't have to die to see it, go to the prison, get the key, and escape. Which saves like a lot of time, like 3-4 minutes.
And it looks pretty cool too.
Yeah. So another thing that the Hydra actually is useful for is the ring that he got from it. He just equipped it. It's called the Dusk Crown Ring, and it halves your HP, which you would imagine being bad. However, it's making rotation ring setups like a lot easier and more consistent. So here he's just gonna take a drop later on and swapping the ring for the RTSR, and that's it.
Yes, because fall damage in this game is percentage based, and that includes anything like any rings that increase or decrease your maximum HP. So it's just a way to help with RTSR setups.
Yeah. So the small bar is now considered by the game as maximum HP. And there we go.
And now once he unequips that ring, he'll be in, like, his HP will be the same, but he'll be within RTSR range once his max HP has increased. But his current HP will stay the same.
So if you pay close attention to Kim's pathing, he will go and try and bait out attacks from the clamps that are around here, since he really doesn't want any clamps in the boss fight, because they can really be annoying and kill you if you're not lucky. So especially here, he baits out attack from the 2 clamps there, and hopefully they don't follow him into the boss fight.
And then you throw a firebomb to break this crystal, so that you can stay close, but it also doesn't break your move swap.
And then you 2-shot Seath, just like that.
Yeah, pretty good. Oh, Raiden just buffed his Dragon Tooth with the Gold Pine Resin. Interesting.
Because why not? Oh, he doesn't have RTSR. Does it still? Oh no, it's still a 3-hit.
I mean, Hydra is weak to lightning, so
Yeah.
he did have an extra, so why not? Yeah.
Yeah, having one extra attack compared to Kimp there.
I actually thought you couldn't buff it, since it was like a
Yeah.
dragon's. Never even thought of that.
The way buffing works is kind of weird, since yeah, it is a special weapon, but... Raiden's going pretty far.
Where? Yeah, he's... Maybe he's gonna try and attack it from like the side, so it's not gonna attack him before he hits it, possibly.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. Being extra careful to say yes, because if you say no, well, what does happen?
You cannot enter the DLC, she would just disappear.
I thought there was a way to get around that, though. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think there is.
Either way, you really don't want to say no.
No.
It shouldn't happen, but it's happened to people.
Always consistent.
Okay, now Kimp is at the first DLC boss, the Sanctuary Guardian. Very dependent on RNG, as Brood knows very well.
Feels bad, man.
Pretty much the complete opposite of the fight you got.
Only one. This is not fair. This game is just not fair, man.
Yeah, I got a really bad fight as well, and then I saw yours, and it was like, it was just so much worse.
Oh, you can still exit DLC. So actually, just exhausting Dusk dialogue is what matters. So as long as she's alive and you exhaust her dialogue, you're fine. I stand corrected. So Kimp is gonna do a skip cut or a wood skip. The way that there's like a new way of canceling your fall damage is found. Basically, if you do a plunge, out of the plunging animation, you can actually roll. And the idea is that if you plunge at the right spot and then you roll at the right time, you can actually iframe the falling damage, and that way you can survive falls you should normally not able to survive.
Yeah, this area that he's in right now, it's basically supposed to be a shortcut elevator. So once you've gotten to the part at the bottom, you can activate this and it becomes a shortcut. Oh,
he didn't get it?
Oh, I'm not quite sure what Kemp was doing with his menu there.
Kim was trying to quit out.
Oh, right, he missed an input.
Thank you, Stannis. Oh, and he didn't take
any of the bonfires. So now they're both at exactly the same spot. I mean, they're obviously many bosses apart, but they're
they're
at the same spot.
Yeah, thank you, Stannis.
Saving the no-fault control routes.
Yeah. I keep saying that like this setup is like inferior and people are still using it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so both runners just kind of going for a bit of a jog.
Yeah. Relieving some of the pressure.
Mm-hmm. Just walk through the forest. Okay, let's see if... Oh, Raiden might have a case of Foggate Sif here, where you get stuck at the Foggate. Okay, he's just gonna back off.
Re-entering the Civ fight is one of the most scary things ever. Oh.
Wonder if he's trying to do a rolling attack there.
I think so. Yeah.
You do have time to do a full running attack.
Yeah.
Oh, being extra careful of the damage, Civ. He's gonna.
He's gonna... Oh.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Like the timing is so weird with limping Civ. So, like you see him do the attack, and then you're like, okay, I have to roll now. But of course, the attack is way slower.
I would be lying if I said I hadn't died to limping Civ.
Exactly. It's like Pinwheel, you know? Like everyone says, oh, it's so easy, but if you haven't died to limping Civ, then you haven't played this game enough.
Well, I mean, with routes nowadays, when you have Dragon Tooth +5, it's pretty easy to not even get limping Civ. You just kill him in like 3 attacks.
Shoutouts to Old BKH and Velka's Rapier. So Kimp is gonna attempt Verbal Skip again.
Yeah, so that death really cost him a lot of time.
This guy.
All just to keep his RTSR set up.
Yeah, it's definitely more important. I mean, he has a comfortable lead, so why not? He can go for it. It's fine. He won't fade anyway. Alright, it should be good. Yeah, alright, there we go.
And because of all the souls he has stored up, he can just buy 99 green blossoms and 99 homeward bones.
So Raiden getting the key to the DLC there. And Kimp is probably gonna do the most satisfying boss fight of this route if he gets it. Oh, he bounced off.
Oh!
Oh!
I wonder if he's trying to do a YOLO attack. Yeah, Kimp is ahead by, what is it, 3 bosses? I mean, Butterfly is a short boss, but... And that's another huge time loss for Kimp.
He's gonna lose like another like 4 minutes. Oh, like 3, I would say.
So Raiden doing Duke Skip. Now is his time to catch up if he can.
Yeah.
First try. I think I wasn't actually counting.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Kimp is here not ring swapping. I'm pretty sure he's gonna take the bonfire this time.
I mean, if Raiden can do this, it would be a huge upset, because Kimp is seed 6 and Raiden is seed 27.
Yeah. It would be pretty great, but I'm still not sure if it's actually gonna happen.
I can only imagine the bullying that would happen.
Please, we are not a toxic community. Well, you're also skipping visiting the Duke, right? Like, you don't see him the first time, you skip the first encounter completely.
Okay, is Raiden gonna take skipping the manly drop and going for the slightly slower drop, but safer?
Yeah. So, I think it's a smart idea for Kim now to take this bonfire. I think he will.
Well, he doesn't have RTSR, so I would imagine that yes, he's going to.
There we go. So yeah, the time he lost here is quite significant, but yeah, Raiden died a lot of times, so he is still like a really comfortable lead there. So Raiden also throwing a firebomb here? Wait, Kim going left.
You get 99 of them, so why not?
Kim's not doing very good skip at all.
Oh. But he has the, did he not activate the elevator after he got it the first time?
I don't think he did. No.
Oh, okay.
Shoutouts to 2012. So this is like basically the normal way around, where you don't take the bonfire or the shortcuts.
I mean, Kemp did die to it once already, so maybe he just doesn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, fair enough, to be honest. Like, so ring swapping here on the right side. A ring swap is basically swapping in and out the Dust Crown ring to get half HP. And then this drop will put him at or below 20% to activate RTSR.
And this is the flying butterfly that
yeah.
Kemp didn't get, which is pretty rare to not have it fly all over the place.
It was bad RNG still, but it's much more common for this to happen than him to remain like right in front of you for like 20 seconds.
And while we were talking about a butterfly, Kemp just two-shot one of the hardest bosses in the game.
Probably one of the best things about this entire road. Just going in, press R1 2 times, and just getting it.
You can actually three-shot him without RTSR.
It's crazy. It would still be like, what, 7 normal R1s? Which is still, like, not a lot. If you like do R1s, no RTSR, and no move swap, you still, like, only have to hit him 7 times.
Yeah, but that would be pretty tough to do, considering how slow the Dragon Tooth is.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Oh, so
Raiden.
Kemp attuned Hidden Body and is deciding not to use it here for some reason.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, normally the reason why you don't use it here is because where he is right now, you have like downtime, and most of the runners would like equip the catalyst and stuff here, and this might be too early. What do you think?
Well, true, the dogs won't kill him, but they can be annoying.
No, yeah, but
it
I
does
was
seem to
talking
work
about the Calamity trigger. I thought it was too early, but the bone out.
Oh, yeah, I think he was probably okay. I guess we'll see. And this is definitely a part you want Hidden Body for.
Yeah.
It basically just decreases the range at which enemies will aggro you. And without it, the DLC is pretty inconsistent at best.
Yeah. Raiden is also Dutch, by the way, so there we go. That's 3 already. Oh. He's gonna get 12 as well.
3?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Unfortunate. I mean, good friend. So yeah, if Kim did not trigger Calamite, he is gonna go to Goff's place and dancing monkeys.
Monkey dodge.
What a god! All right, only once though. So later on, Gimp is gonna go to Gov's place and realize that Calamite is not triggered, and after triggering it again, which gives Raiden a lot of time to catch up. Which will probably pull him even right now. But he might just gotten it and I'm just worrying about nothing. It was a weird angle to see.
So Raiden will now start to set up for Duke's, not Duke's skip, Royal Wood skip.
Right. So let's see if Raiden gets it first try. Like this is the place where Raiden will really have to not mess up in order to still make a chance. Or still have a chance. Right? More people doing inferior setups. Shaking my head. Not even checking. Pure disrespect.
He's confident. And he did send up the elevator, so if he dies to Artorias, then he won't have to worry about having to do it again.
And Raiden as well. By 99 blossoms. And setting up Artisar here. Hopefully didn't aggro the dog, because there's a dog like right on his tail. And Gimp is now gonna fight Manus. One of the most fair bosses, I would say, in terms of hitboxes and...
That attack is actually a pretty good opener, because it means he clears like all the rocks off the field, because sometimes you can like run into them or roll into them and it can mess you up.
Alright, if you hit his hand, he will animation cancel. Pretty messy fight so far, and 2 bad attacks which he couldn't punish. And Raiden right now on Artorias. Gonna get a 2-shot going. It's 1.
Okay, and this should be a dead Manus.
Nice. Dead Manus and dead Artorias.
So Raiden now only 1 boss behind.
Yeah. Yeah, those 2 deaths there really cost Gimp a lot of time. And right now we're gonna see if Calamite actually got triggered, yes or no. So on the right side you will see a yes-no prompt if he did get it, and nothing will happen if he didn't get it. Right,
Moment of truth. Oh, okay.
Alright.
I guess he knows more than we do.
Yeah. Worrying about nothing.
I mean, you never know what could happen with Calamite.
That's very true.
Definitely a boss you can die to multiple times. Or he could give you a really good attack and you could just kill him in a few seconds.
Yeah, like Calamite is probably the last boss of the run that can like... Well, I mean, there's still Gwendolyn, I guess, but...
Even that, you're unlikely to lose minutes.
Yeah. Very.
So luckily, there's a way to set up RTSR perfectly right within Calamite's boss arena. So you equip the Dust Crown ring, just jump off, and take it off, and you're in RTSR.
Yeah, it's especially nice since the dogs outside tend to hit you sometimes. So that wouldn't really.
Ooh, the good opening.
Yeah, this is over.
Yeah.
There's a 90.
Oh,
Okay,
he jumps away before he can get the last hit, but
there we go. Yeah, with
yeah,
that
really good
opener,
fight.
it's just it's over. You get 3 free attacks, and after that, there's only 1 more running attack. That's a really good fight on Kim's side.
And Kimp is now just gonna rest at Firelink and just do all of the bosses in this area. Just to save warps.
Raiden actually having a Lloyd's talisman, but
I guess he didn't equip it and was like, whatever. And Kimp is about to do one of the many ways to skip from Undead Berg into the lower area. And now he's already at Capra Demon, the next boss. Oh no!
oh,
That's very unlucky.
that is really unlucky. Yeah,
Being hit right in the back with a spell.
like almost, it was almost around the corner. That was.
Yeah.
I've never seen this that close before. So after Capra, it's now gaping time for Kimp. I'm not sure. He's probably won't get RT, sorry. But it will still be like three hits or 3 move swaps.
Yeah, he could probably do it if he like really tried, but probably not worth it. It's a pretty small time save, and there's always that potential to mess up and die to something. Like this rat. No, the rat's fine.
The red man.
Hey, that rat has ruined runs.
A lot of them. Oh, so we're going on top here again. I guess he doesn't really know the way. The normal way around.
Interesting.
Or just want to take it safe. It's also possible.
I mean, it's not really more safe.
Well,
I guess
mean,
you go around like that one. Like,
there's still the
room.
magic. Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, we don't have a word for that room because like we don't really ever go to it.
Being
Sending up the shortcut elevator.
heavily traumatized by that death there, sending up the shortcut.
I mean, it's one of those deaths that once it's happened to you, it's like you're always worried about it every time after that.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while for him to be relaxed in this place again. So Gimp is now making his way over to Pinwheel. There is a skip here, like a plunge, the same way that Robot Skip worked, but I don't think he's gonna do it. It saves not that much time as Robot Skip.
I'm curious if he's going to quit out on this lever here, because it would be a waste of real time. No, he's not.
He's gonna
Because
try.
you do have a chance of being blocked by some skeletons here. Like that guy. He was pretty early, so he's probably okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he did actually save like a couple of seconds of real time there.
And so he needs to do 2 drops here, but he's going to need to heal either. Okay, I guess after the first part.
Yeah.
He's gonna heal. And I wonder if he's going to heal up again. Okay, yes. Because there are some bone wheels down here, and they can wreck you if you're not careful.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how much HP you have. If like 3 of them are going ham on you, there is no way you live.
And sometimes you get one of the regular skeletons pretending to be a bone wheel, just rolling around on the ground.
The wannabe bone wheel. Right, so now it's also man, it's time for Raiden.
Getting the same opener as Kimp, actually.
That one you cannot really punish. This one you can.
Oh.
Or not.
Getting flattened a little bit.
Just a bit. So at least you took the bonfire. Gimp is gonna go do Nito now, which is one of the reasons he picked up stone armor, the stone armor set earlier on. You also saw him use it for butterfly, and it's gonna be really nice because there are like small skeletons around that will bother you. And with the stone armor set, you have like a lot more boys, and you can just not really care of them attacking you, and just go in straight for the boss. It should last like another like 20 minutes or so, maybe a bit more for Kimp.
Raiden getting back to Manus. Hopefully this will go better than his last attempt. Oh, the animation cancel. If your weapon is strong enough... Oh no, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a risky attack there. There are so many attacks that Manus has a follow-up from. It was just not safe at all to attack during those.
Okay, so Kimp going to Nito now. You basically just want to clear out these little skeletons first because you need Nito to kind of move up away from these big skeletons in the background that you can maybe see. Because even with the stone armor, they're pretty tough.
Yeah, the big ones you really don't want to bother. But luckily the skeletons are just like normal enemies. And they actually do get affected by stuff like Hidden Body, the Ring of Fog, stuff like that. So, I mean, no one uses the Ring of Fog, but like you can use Hidden Body and the skeletons won't see you at all. However, the boss obviously will see you and just Nito will go for you.
And if he does his one ranged attack, he can really mess up your day.
Over and over and over again. And Nito can scream, and luckily Kim didn't really get that. But if Nito can just decides to stay around, like stay where he is, and scream like all day long, there's not really anything you can do about it.
Now Kimp gets to pretend to be an egg.
There's a wrap-up from Manus for Raiden.
This should be it. Yeah. Oh, gets an R1 instead of a running attack, and then he combos the R1. Okay, he got the same attack again. That's really, really lucky.
Oh god. That R1 and R combo was really scary.
And Kimp waiting on this little platform to waiting for these hollows to move, because I mean they might look like basic enemies, but their like running combo attack can kill you really, really easily.
Yeah, they're really strong.
And if you're unlucky, they can actually follow you into the fight and like attack you while Stray Demon is attacking you.
So you're just gonna be focused on Stray Demon and suddenly you get a torch in your back. So yeah, Kim really only has 4 kings, Gwendolyn, Priscilla, and I think that's it? Missing something? No.
I think that's it, yeah.
Don't think it's gonna be another 126 though. Sadly not.
Nope, those 2 deaths to, well, the one to Artorias and the one to Royal Woodskip are too much. Oh, why did Raiden quit out? Did you say no by accident?
Didn't see. I think he did. No way. Okay. I was kind of scared that Raiden boned out early, but he didn't. It's so sad that cutscenes count to in-game time, because the cutscene of this guy shooting Calamite down is probably the best cutscene in this entire game.
Definitely.
So Kimp is going to do seal skip here?
Yeah, so basically you want to slowly walk off... Ooh, that was really fast. You want to slowly walk off that little ledge there, and you basically land on a slope. It's not just like a straight drop down. And so because you're still on solid ground, it allows you to quit out, and then after you load back in, you're down below the water, which skips a kill box. And then you can just do this neat little run, like, out of bounds, and just goes right to the Four Kings area. And fun fact, if you just put the water down normally, you can just drop straight into this area, like, without any weird falls or quit outs required.
Yeah.
It's just like a super oversight.
Yeah, you just do one roll, and then, well, I guess two. You do two rolls, then you're just out of bounds. There's nothing hard of it.
Ooh, Kimp getting a magic attack, preferring just to quit out rather than try and deal with it, which I can understand.
Yeah, especially with this kind of lead. The magic attack can be really annoying to deal with. I think Raiden is gonna... Oh!
Ooh, interesting jump.
For a second, it really looked like he's gonna get a good opening as well. But
I've gotten clipped by that opening many times. So good on him to avoid it. And one thing Kimp is doing right now is, you can see as the king is dying, he's like continuing to attack their dead body, basically. And that keeps doing damage to the total life bar. And Raiden should finish Calamite here. Yeah.
Yeah, the move swap on the fly up of Calamite was pretty ballsy indeed. But it worked out. And now Kimp is gonna go do the same thing on the second king. And instead of 4, you only have to kill 2.
Because Dragon Tooth plus 5, move swap, and RTSR, pretty good, it turns out.
So Raiden is gonna do the same thing as Kimp now, just doing all the Firelink Enco. And Kimp has like three bosses left, and that's it. So the loser of this match will go up against, I think it's against 2 red actually.
Let me see. Yes, that is correct. And the winner will go on to face Danflesh.
So
and
it's
whoever loses,
pretty safe to say that Kimp will win this.
Yeah, pretty safe. And then whoever loses Danflesh versus Kimp goes up against me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So Raiden picking up the rubbish there, I think is kind of a way of saying that he didn't really like like the skip.
And then casting Hidden Body, because it just helps a little bit for lower ended Berg. Oh, you missed the skip. Unfortunate.
I had to quit out now, or like kill an entire city here. Okay, yeah. If you would have looked outside, it would be like
a small army of hollows.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's like 3 or 4 on each side, and there are another 2 or 3 that follow you from the start. It's ridiculous.
And Kimp should have Gwendolyn down right now. Yep. We kind of forgot to talk about it because we were concentrated on Raiden, but you basically have to wait for the right attack for Gwendolyn, and if he keeps giving you the wrong attacks, then you can just keep losing time.
It's not uncommon to lose like 30-40 seconds there. It has happened to a lot of people. Alright, Raiden got a kind of a weird lower net burst skip there, but still got it. Oh. Frank Z. I don't think this is gonna end up well for him. Oh.
I mean,
okay.
You should have enough time to do... Oh! I was gonna be doing a running attack. Okay. So...
Did he die?
I think he's alright. But it could be dangerous when he loads back in. Because there's gonna be that dog.
Nah. Oh, the R1. Oh, the R1.
Unfortunately, these R1s are almost certainly not what he's going for, but they're costing him because it's so slow.
So yeah, that was the message he was trying to give us. It was the dog. So Kim is gonna... He healed up. I'm not sure if he's gonna use RTSR for Priscilla. Nah, I don't think he will. It saves like one hit on Priscilla, it's not really worth it. Yes, this is an upper road. I mean, in some way, I guess. Raiden has some trouble move swapping there. There. Oh, he still didn't get it.
I mean, he doesn't need to do it here.
No, I guess he realized.
Oh, and he failed lower-ended berg skip again.
Yeah, lower-ended berg skip doesn't treat him very well.
And that's his last hidden body cast.
So, on the right side you see Kim fight Priscilla. I found her. You can lock onto Priscilla, and if you lock onto her, then... Oh my god, Raiden.
The Rapier doesn't even one-shot him because he hasn't leveled up Dex. Yeah, Kim got a pretty good spawn with Priscilla. So she goes invisible and teleports to a random location. And she spawned pretty close by, and you could pretty easily see her feet. You can see her feet in the snow. There's some areas in her boss arena where there's no snow, so if she's there, it's kind of like, well, go by sound and good luck.
Yeah, like when she teleports, the lock-on sometimes goes with her, so you actually can just see where she is. On top of that, her dialogue will go with her teleportation as well, so if you have a good headphones or just proper headphones, you can just hear where she goes. And combine that with her feet on the snow, and that's basically how you not do lower-ended berg skip.
Yeah, he got hit by the hollow there, and I think it kind of messed him up.
It's a very weird way of putting it, Red.
And so the reason that Kemp leveled up to 24, or I guess did he do 23, I think, Vitality?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
It should be the same either way. So you get the perfect RTSR setup from that one Black Knight. And Raiden has now gotten lower on Dead Berg skip again.
Oh. This is gonna quit out to get rid of the dogs. Bad memories, I guess. So yeah, with Rare Taster Ring and another ring that Kim picked up at Sif, he is gonna deal a lot of damage during the move swap, or during parrying and reposting. It's like a lot more consistent to parry Gwyn instead of doing a move swap. So that's what he's gonna do. Gonna enter the fight, do a roll to avoid the Black Knight Black Knight is chasing down, and 2 parries should do the trick.
Oh, you can just do it one-handed?
Yeah.
I didn't actually know
strength.
that. Okay. Oh, that's true, because scaling wouldn't even do much.
No.
When you're two-handing it.
And there we go. That's time for Cimp.
130... 32?
Yeah.
33?
Pretty good time. Even though
125.31 in game time.
That's not bad at all. Raiden killing the rep just because. I mean, for the deaths that he had, like, just keep in mind, he goes probably like 10 minutes on, like, a bit less, I want to say like 8 minutes on the entire Artorias segment. Could have been a really good time if he didn't mess up there. So I guess we're gonna go and ask him to join. Ask him a couple of things about this run.
Oh, respect for Raiden.
Nice.
Reminder that Wolfie's PB has that in it now.
Oh, right.
It's the race against me.
Nice.
Hello, Gimp.
Hello.
Hello, beautiful people.
So, the first thing that's like burning here is what happened on that Artorias segment?
I don't know, man. I just know that 8 minutes vanished. They are never coming back.
that's pretty certain, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
I don't know. Especially when I died to Artorias himself, it was dope.
So, but yeah, not taking the bonfire on your way back, he was like really confident still of getting it, or
Yes,
just
I was very
okay.
confident.
And then the second time, all that confidence was gone.
Yep. Okay, I guess I'm
It's a slow and painful killer.
That was horrible, man. Oh man. How did the run for Raiden go? So
Raiden is still going.
yeah, I'm
Going
watching.
strong.
He's had a couple costly deaths, and he's unfortunately lost a lot of time on like the Capra gaping segment.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because he died immediately after Capra, and he's failed the Laurent Edberg skip several times. I haven't been counting how many.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty rough for him, like up until I would say the forest. At the forest, like those kind of bosses, it went a little bit better. But yeah, Sif also went kind of bad. It was just kind of unfortunate for him. He had some RNG that's got shot in the back at like the Hell Bridge by Darkbeat. So yeah, it was. He didn't really have a fortunate run.
So it looks like he can get a PD, right? If he cares about that.
He still has quite a few though. He has Nito,
Oh, okay.
Kings, and
And the Orlando.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, for you are gonna go and face Dan Flash.
Yep.
You any
player.
expectations on like if you're gonna win, lose, or like Dan got a 125, and you got like a
RTA.
Yes, that was RTA.
So don't want to say anything, but his RTA is your IGT. How do you feel about that?
I know Denflash is a good player, so it's gonna be a nice race.
Definitely.
If I don't, like, if you subtract the RT segment, then I have a decent run. Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Definitely a good chance of beating him there. So yeah, it's
So
gonna
do you
be...
think you'll be taking that Artorias bonfire in the future?
No.
No. Oh.
Damn, like
You got
that.
all of your deaths to Artorias and Royal would skip out this race. No
Never
more.
gonna happen again. Right? Never ever again.
That's a good way of thinking. I hope for you that future runs will go a lot better. So this is the last kind of question. What was like the part of this run where you was really like kind of shaking or kind of like really nervous? Was it like
at the start? It was.
okay.
The start was really horrible when I did something wrong with Al-Qaeda and then I had to quit out. That was,
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it was really spooky.
So I think Raiden just cancelled his hidden body cast, it looked like, with the turnaround animation. Maybe
yes,
I missed seeing it.
He's using hidden body for this segment, okay.
Well, he wanted to, but he apparently did the turnaround. But yeah, I want to thank you for this interview, Kim, and I want to wish you luck for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck to you too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So yeah, Raiden only has like a couple of bosses left here.
The hardest one down.
Obviously. Mandatory pinwheel jokes. Oh,
Could have
Raiden
at least
did...
picked up the mask.
Did Raiden do Priscilla already?
I don't think so.
Oh, no. Apparently, multiple people say that he did.
Oh, he did. Right. Did he? Oh, it's been
know.
hard trying to interview Kimp. Pay attention.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay.
So yeah, this place is like
It looks scary, but you can just run alongside the right wall, and it just goes straight to your destination.
yeah, it's really not that hard once you get the hang of it.
And there's a little jump you can do right here. Unfortunately, you got to roll instead of a jump. It's just
Yeah,
a little bit of a
trying to
shortcut.
block there. Yeah, next round is gonna be like a lot more how do you say it? Like a lot more competitive.
Yeah, competitive, close.
Yeah, like we're still gonna have like some good races in first round that can go either way. Both like Pink versus Typo is, I feel, a race that can go either way, and Zadstrain versus Gendrick is also coming up, and I feel like that race can also go either way. So there were some really like predetermined kind of like races, like everyone really thought here that Kim was gonna take it home, and he didn't have too much trouble doing that. But like,
You know, it was
especially
closer
losers
than I expected.
Definitely.
At some points, anyways.
I mean, mistakes are part of the race. So even though Kim did make some ballsy choices there, you kind of have to expect and hope for those to happen if you have like a stronger runner as an opponent.
Yes.
Like they did now, they did happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also for people that say, "Oh, Camus is gonna win this and take this home, no problem." There are like a lot of people actually who can like get times close to him, and Camus just have to make a mistake and.
As long as you're in the same ballpark, you can definitely win.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this seed difference it's not the biggest, it's like, I think the third biggest difference. Because there was, let's see, Sastatin versus Newbie was the biggest difference. Then Siege versus Set Booster, which was just before this. And then this is the third biggest difference.
Yeah, the next versus Vergodi Slayer is also going to be pretty one-sided, I expect. Oh, no! Raiden got the...
Oh no.
So if you open a menu during like a... Oh, he has to auto 4 here. Yeah. Well.
Wow, no meme background.
Nope.
Disappointing.
So if you open your menu like right as like the victory achieved message appears, you actually get stuck in the menu and get soft locked. You can get out of it pretty easily by auto 4 though. Which is normally not allowed, but I mean, come on.
I mean, technically, that's not even really getting out of it. You're stuck unless you close the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, nice. Very nice. The 6-year startup of Dark Souls. For some people, Dark Souls takes like really long to start up. There we go. And the intro logos. Yeah, this loses him quite a bit of RTA, but again, it doesn't really matter anymore. But luckily, Nito's still dead. And he can go on to 4 Kings.
I do that all the time. I have 99 Homer bones. I need to still dupe.
Yeah.
This is muscle memory at some point. Oh no, that's death. That's not death. I'm mistaken.
A little bit close. If he's not careful with this drop, he'll probably die. I think if he takes the long jump.
Pretty sure the short jump also kills him, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't dare it anyway.
Okay, yeah, he's aware.
Wait, but he has only 45 endurance?
Yes. I think. That way he cannot have like the shield equipped, I think. Yeah, he doesn't have the shield. So upcoming is seal skip. Again, doing a quit out, and because you're on slope, the fall damage is like applied a little bit later, so you can just slide down.
Looks good.
Did he?
I think so.
Yeah, I
He's
think
not
yeah, actually.
dead.
Yeah. So yeah, because you're sliding off, the game applies fall damage a bit later. Your position gets saved. You can quit out, and you didn't take any damage. Some others in this tournament have a lot of trouble with seal skip and get fall control for it.
Just for seal skip.
Just for seal skip. No, 40 is without feathering, I think. Right? Maximum stamina you reach at 40? Or is it 45?
You missed one running attack. I imagine you can still get 2 kings.
Yeah,
I
think so.
Just might require a bit more carefulness.
Yeah, this is why I really hope Master will win, since I kind of don't want to face Kumo. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's... Oh, okay, still, even with an R1, he's still fine.
So yeah, he does have to end on one of the bosses.
Chat lied to us.
Every time, man. Every time.
Ugh.
Making me doubt myself. Raiden finished like every fight with the R1.
I mean, I guess he's just trying to show that you don't need to use move swap and cheat to beat the bosses.
Sure you can, Master. It's not really a matter of accepting, though.
If you only needed to Priscilla, you wouldn't have to push the stairs again.
Yeah. So how are you gonna, like, try and defend that, I feel? So yeah, he has 2 bosses left, and Gwyn, of course. Since he doesn't do RTSR here, he has to be kind of careful with the stamina management. Since it's like 2 move stops for Gwendolyn here, instead of 1 with RTSR.
Yeah, the first one will stagger Gwendolyn, as long as you don't hit him while he's already starting to teleport. So that is the good attack. He should have enough time here. Oh, he stopped. He's gonna teleport now. He's too close.
Is he? Yeah.
Yes. See, I would have used a Blossom, then he probably could have gone off of that Arrows attack.
Yeah. A bit Arrows again. He's not in time.
Now he's using the Blossom, but yeah. He does a maximum of 3.
There you go.
Oh, is that another one? Wow. What is this insane luck? Okay, so that should be the stagger, and then you should get the next one.
Nice.
You know, I've seen a lot worse Gwendolyn fights.
Definitely. Even though he messed up like the first stagger there, it's like he got some pretty good RNG.
Yeah, with those arrows. You don't often see him do 2 in a row.
Definitely not. So I imagine this being like a 55 or so.
Sub 2, the dream.
Not sure what Raiden's PB is. Let me check.
That is good. Oh, okay. I was gonna check.
Okay. RTA wise, he is 28 minutes ahead.
Oh, so looking pretty good then.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm not sure if that's what his IGT PB is. Let me check that actually. I'm doing a thing, Master. Uh, 2:14.58 on the leaderboard. So this will definitely be a PB.
By quite a bit, I would imagine, like 20 minutes at least.
Yeah. I think he actually got another PB, but just didn't upload it. But I'm not entirely sure about that.
That makes sense.
So yeah, Raiden killing these follows. Oh, oops, this is the wrong stream. There you go. But he will still kill the hollows, I'm pretty sure.
He will indeed. Oh. You could even use this one as... No, he's not going to use this as an RT-SR setup.
I'm sorry. So I think you have another race today, do we not?
We do, but it's not for like 11 hours.
Oh, right.
It's at 10 p.m. EST. And that's because Nax is all the way over in Vancouver, BC.
Oh.
So he's even 3 hours behind me. So that's quite the difference between Europe and him. Oh. Raiden forgetting where he's supposed to be going next. No, yeah, Firelink.
You wanna kill Gwyn, Raiden? You're done.
You can stop playing now.
I'm not sure if Raiden's gonna move swap Gwyn or not. If I remember correctly, I don't think he's gonna parry.
Oh, he forgot something.
There we go.
Yeah, I wasn't watching if you... Okay,
No,
yes, he
fair
is gonna parry, it seems.
Some optimal standing still menuing there. So Raiden again, MrRaiden doing the RT5 setup here, sprinting for counter hits. And there we go, perfect.
For a second there, I thought he wasn't gonna do the attack.
Yeah.
I've seen many runs die to that guy either doing nothing or doing the wrong attack and not giving RTSR setup.
So the reason why Raiden went 24 in here, or 24 vitality, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter anymore because of the amount, the sheer amount of levels that he gets. But like it used to be the case that you want at least 26 vitality, since if Gwyn does like the fast attack, you have to block it, and it still does elemental damage to you. So if Gwyn would do a fast attack but no follow-up, you cannot parry it. And if he would do another fast attack, which is really uncommon, but it can happen, you would just die at the very end of the run. But since you have like so many levels, you're like level 120 or something.
Oh, quitting out here, interesting. Also, he ran to the right side of that Great Axe Knight, and it baited him to falling off the cliff for some extra souls. Next level strat. I'm sure he's going to use those in New Game Plus.
There we go, that's one. And only one more.
Using a Blossom. Oh no, don't block.
Oh no, Raiden.
Okay, you got the good attack.
There we go, okay.
I was a bit worried he was going to get kicked there.
Yeah. If you get kicked, it's really bad. And that's time for Raiden. 152-56. Which makes him lose against Cimp and match him up against 2 red to game in the next round. First round of losers bracket, I think. Is it first round? I think it is first round. I think it's a PB, yeah. Let's get him in here and ask him about it. Right. Hello.
Hello, Raiden.
Hey guys.
So first question, is this a PB?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, congratulations.
By half an hour, pretty much.
Hey, that's not too bad at
The
all.
upside of never finishing runs feels good, man.
Slight improvement there. So yeah, what did you think about the run?
I was really annoyed by my early game. I blame it on nerves, to be honest. But then I slowly sank into this realization that I'm the underdog anyway. I have nothing to lose, so I just played. And then I saw Cimp die to Artorias, and I was like, maybe I can bring this race back, make it close in the end.
It started to
Sadly,
look pretty close for a bit there.
Yeah, as you entered the DLC, it was actually really close.
And after the DLC, there were lots of I had a lot of brain farts on menuing and where to go and stuff, and yeah.
Oh well.
But overall, I can't be too unsatisfied about the run.
I mean, this was a pretty tough matchup for you. Cimp being seed 6, you being 27, it's a lot would have to happen.
You're definitely the underdog.
Yeah,
here.
that's true.
Entering
Definitely
the DLC, really, people were really thinking, all right, he might be able to bring this back. But yeah, stuff like low in the burst
man has
made it
thought
really...
otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, you had an unfortunate run, some unfortunate deaths,
yeah, but especially considering how much practice I've put into the game and how many runs I've actually finished, this was a pretty good run. I'm not unsatisfied at all.
So, what is your in-game time, if I might ask?
1:45:30.
Oh, damn. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not too shabby.
for the amount of deaths you put in there, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Also lower undead work skip.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty painful, but
Yeah. Not just for you.
no. So your
But
next
yeah,
match,
congrats on Kim for winning.
Yeah, thank you, man. Congrats on your PB.
Thank you.
So
yeah,
you're gonna move on to face 2 red.
Yeah, the clash of the brute cultists feels good, man.
So any thoughts on that? Are you gonna win? Is Red gonna win? Of course, Red is not gonna win because he, So what do you think?
I think it's going to be a pretty close race. Like in general, Red has finished better runs than I have, but seeing his last few practice races, everything can happen in a race. So I think we're pretty even.
I feel like you have some extra pressure right now, since Red will do a full run of Dark Souls 3 all achievements if he loses.
Oh,
Words
it's
are
on.
being marked. I'm gonna quickly screenshot it.
Nice.
There you go. Alright, so yeah, I'm really hoping that you will win extra
it's
right
it's
now.
on. It's definitely on.
Nice. So next up on this channel, or in this tournament, we have Rigoli Slayer versus Next. It's gonna be in like 10-11 hours from now. Hopefully you'll see you there. And I want to thank the runners for running. I want to thank you guys for watching. And hopefully we'll see you at the next race.
And thanks to Speed Gaming for doing all the hard work to get this to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
And if I may, I'd like to give one quick shout out to my mate Stainless. He's letting me use his computer to stream this because I was having some technical issues with my own computer. So huge shout out to him.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks to him, or else this race could not have happened.
Exactly. Can you use his PC for like the rest of the event, or is it just one-time thing?
We can schedule around it. Hopefully.
Oh, awesome. Well, I guess this is a wrap up for this race. Hopefully we'll see you guys later.